Hi, Peter. Thanks for your time. Can I just start with the sort of current situation in the game in Australia? What's your thoughts on what's transpired in the last week? And have you been able to gauge any sort of feeling from your teammates, either at Victoria or around the Australia setup, about what's going on?
Well, I guess the main thing about what's going on at the moment is that the players are partners in this game as with CA. So we want to try and work through whatever's going on together, and that's where the revenue share model comes in. So from a player's point of view, we're happy to help out when times are bad, and then when times are good, it works through like that as well. So at the moment we're sort of sitting and waiting to see what if there's any more information coming out of CA, and when that does come, we can try and help solve any problems that are going on.
Is there a sense of unease at the moment? I mean, for you, or are you sensing a sense of unease among players, or are they fairly? Do you think they're fairly open to knowing this is a pretty unprecedented situation that the world finds itself in?
No, I think the players definitely understand that this is very unprecedented. We haven't seen something like this for a very long time, and definitely not in the current era. So no, we understand that things are pretty different. But yeah, like I said, we're happy to help out, and when some more information does come through, we will be able to do everything we can to help the game.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Cole.
Luke Duffsey, you have a question there, Luke?
Yeah, thanks, Cole. Hi, Peter. You said the players are happy to work with CA, but it appears CA is in a pretty difficult financial position at the moment, even though there hasn't been a whole lot of cricket lost just yet. Are you disappointed to see just how bad things are already?
I wouldn't say disappointed, mate. It's our job, or from our perspective, where the cash flows and the cash reserves from CA aren't our position. It's not what we're looking after or a part of. So it's completely up to them, and they're the ones to look after it. All we can really do is keep sticking to the MOU. If times are bad, then the players take a hit as well. If it's good, it goes up. So there's not a great deal we can do at the moment, because we don't know all the ins and outs of what's going on.
Thanks, Peter. I've got John Norman from Talking Sports in the UK, who has a couple of questions for you, Peter.
Hey, Peter, thanks for talking to us. Just a couple of questions about the situation with Middlesex, if that's okay. First off, can you tell me the current status in regard to the 2-year deal that you signed with the county?
Yeah, as far as I understand, it's pretty much just on hold. I think they a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, they said they're going to look to try and start cricket at the end of May, start of June. But given the situation, especially in England, that looks unlikely. But I haven't heard any updates since. I've been talking to Middlesex each week and the players to get an understanding of how they're feeling during these times, and what they're doing to keep themselves entertained and busy, and not getting stuck in a rut too much. But yeah, in terms of the contract, it's kind of just on hold at the moment. I've obviously got next year as well, but this year we're just playing it by ear.
How much sort of concern is there about CA's running of the game at the moment?
Well, I think there's just concern for the fact that, it's unprecedented times with this pandemic, and so players don't know. I'm sure it's tough from CA's point of view as well, because we've got an understanding of what cricket might be played in the future, and what sport might be able to be played and when. But yeah, I guess it's just a lot of unknown at the moment, which can be scary for everyone. And it's not just cricketers; it's everyone around the world that's worried and concerned about their jobs and where they're going to be in a week, 2 weeks, a month.
Martin Smith.
Yeah, hi Peter. Just wanted to pick up on something Adam Gilchrist said a couple of days ago about cricket using this time to potentially get back to basics, and one of the things he mentioned was a potential reduction in the number of support staff that travel with the national team. Just from your point of view as a player, obviously being with the national team and at state level, can you speak to that a little bit and how if that was to happen, how that would change things from your point of view?
I guess one of the beauties about going up from state land to playing for Australia is you do get access to more facilities, and one of those facilities, are coaches. They're able to give you data that you haven't seen before, give you footage that you haven't seen, ask different questions of you, but also help you out at training. So I think it's really good that when you go up to the Australian level, you do get all these extra people. But in terms of cutbacks, that's not my role. I'm not sure who would in CA's eyes, who would be the ones to go. I think they're all pretty vital people.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
I've got one, Pete, here from G. Krishnan from Mumbai. What is the strangest thing you've done or you might do during this period?
The strangest thing. Well, I guess so my wife has 4 horses, and in 7 years I've refused to get on them out of sheer scared of the size of them and all of that. So the other day I actually decided, right, it's time. So I jumped on a horse, and Sarah, my wife, led me around, and we basically just went for a little walk, and it was delightful.